Hi friends, I'm here with a yoga offering. As always, please do what feels right for you. You might end up skipping things or changing things or doing your own things, so you're doing your best practice, taking care of your body. Let's start on our backs today. You can come into a symmetrical, relaxed position. Go ahead and spread out and either close your eyes or take a soft gaze. Start to slow down your breath. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you. Let's extend arms overhead, stretch out long through arms and legs. Interlace your fingers, press out through your palms. And then bring your right knee to your chest. Hug that knee in close. And then straighten right leg up. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times both directions. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of your left leg. Release, bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist, open out through your right arm, let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And then staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal. Fingers and toes reach away from one another. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in and take a little circle or rock. And then grab hold of just the left knee, drop the right leg long, squeeze this knee in close. And then straighten it up towards the ceiling. Flex and point your foot. Circle your ankle. A couple times both directions. Bend your knee back in, open your knee out to the left, and then straighten any amount. So we're each working with our own bodies. What you're doing shouldn't look like what I'm doing. We have different bodies. We each meet our edges at different places. So think about the direction you're going, and then where you get is where you get. And how it is how it should be. Release, bend your knee, bring it across. Spinal twist. First with a bent knee, feeling around inside this shape. Straighten the left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, circle or rock. And then drop your feet to the floor. We'll get set up for a little bit of core work. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Exhale, lift head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down. Keep going like this. Try not to use too much momentum or arm strength. Have it be the abdominals contracting that leads the movement. One more like this. Release down, send your right leg up. Exhale, head up towards your leg. Inhale, head down. You can reach your leg towards your head a little bit as well. One more. And then switch, left leg high. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. One more. Release and switch, right leg high, left arm across. Each time you exhale, reach a little further across. One more. And then switch, left leg high, right arm across. Last one. And then release, stretch long through your arms and legs. Bring your knees in, a little circle or rock. Make your way up. Let's come onto forearms for a forearm plank. You can measure off your forearms so they're just shoulder width apart. Forearms parallel, step the feet back, and see if you can find the placement of your hips so that it's even with the head, shoulders, and heels, not lifted, not lowered. You might even take a little rock front to back, feeling if you can have the body be like it's on a track, connected. And the whole underside is lifting, core lifting, thighs, shins, chest, front of the neck. In this strong pose, can you relax your face and slow down your breath? Let's shift over onto one forearm. Feet can be one in front of the other or one on top of the other. Long lines. Switch. Slow, deep breath. Back to neutral. And then into child's pose. Finding ease where you can, resting as much as you need to, finding ease where it's easy, and then keeping that as a home base. Come back to often. Can you find ease even within the challenging poses? With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left, and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. back to center. Lift up through table and into downward facing dog. Take your time. Each pose is a world of sensation to explore. Going in the directions you know to go in. Meeting your limits. And feeling what that's like. Can you keep making space for what's here? Sometimes it's comfortable, sometimes it's uncomfortable. Can you have space for both? Walk hands and feet towards one another. Hang in ragdoll, feet hip width apart. Parallel. Bend your knees a little or a lot. You might take a sway or shake out, letting go. Bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up. And all the way up to standing. And into mountain pose, Tadasana. You can have feet together, apart. Strong core, strong legs pushing down, long spine. Bring hands together at the heart. Let's take a full A series sun salutation. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Please take the time you need for all your transitions. And then rest in a good resting pose for you. That might be down dog, could also be child's pose or sitting or some other neutral shape. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. Step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. This time from down dog, right leg sweeps up, bend your knee in, start circling this bent right knee. Exploring the full range of motion for your hip joint. You could also do this from hands and knees if that would work better for you. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back.
Take it across towards left upper arm. Send it up and back. Right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge, arms up. Sink low. Last breath. Tip forward. Standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. Try and do this with hips square. Can you roll that left hip down until it's even with the right? See if you can let the upper body release like ragdoll. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. One more breath here. To release, optional handstand swings, so you totally don't have to do these if you want to. Hands flat, swing the left leg up and down, getting a little air time for that right foot. You can do as many or few as you like, including none. Eventually, finding your way to down dog. Any movement transition. Just feel what you are doing. Vinyasa or just stepping back or something else. Slow down your breath. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up, bend your knee in, start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Bring your left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across. Send it up and back. Right towards the center of your chest. Reach it up and back. Big step forward. Arms up. Hips low. Last breath. Tip forward. Standing splits. So going in the directions you know to go in. 100% effort. 100% surrender. What is there to let go of here? Last breath. Step back. Warrior one. One more breath here. Optional handstand swings, so doing them or not. Going towards grace and lightness and letting it be heavy and awkward and clunky, whatever is here. It's okay. Eventually, finding your way to a good rest. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. Step or hop your feet forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Just the right arm up. Come over to a side bend. Strong core supporting you. Reach a little further out to come up. Release down. Same thing other side. Reach a little further out to come up. Release down. Interlace your fingers. Press out through your palms. Take your arms up by your ears. Shoulders drop, but arms reach straight. And then rise up onto your toes for a little balance. So it could be just a slight lift of the heels. Could come all the way up, anywhere in between. Staying in balance, start to fold forward. You can bring hands to your legs wherever they meet. Might be the upper legs, you might slide a little lower. Make sure you're not locking your knees or over stretching. So you don't need to be as low as I am. You find your edge. Breathing here. Going towards balance means being with wobbling, falling, balancing, all that may occur. Can there be ease in it all? Release, drop the hands, drop the heels, drop your head. Bend the knees, come into chair, Utkatasana. Sink the hips low, lift the head high, shoulders low, fingers high. Feel everything that's going up and down at once. One more breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhaling, flat back. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3. Shift forward and find your balance. Parallel to the floor is one option. It's not the only option. You might keep your torso high and your leg low. Try and find a straight line from your torso to your left foot, at whatever angle you're choosing. Big step back, warrior 1, just one breath. Release through your movement transition. From down dog, left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge, arms up. Warrior 3. How much can you feel? Especially when it's intense or there's a lot of effort, it can be hard to notice subtlety. So how much can you take in here? Step back, warrior one. Release through your movement transition. Back to your rest. Last breath here. Come back through down dog, step or hop, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Lengthen. Step or hop back. Lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three. Rise up to standing. Bring your left knee to your chest. Find your balance here. Right arm can be out or hand to the hip. And stay holding the knee. Or grab the big toe, extending part way or all the way straight. Stand tall. Open the left leg out to the left, just at a slight angle, whether you're holding your knee or toe, whether the leg is bent or straight. Bring it back to the front, opposite hand to the outside of the knee or the outside of the foot. Roll open through the left shoulder. Release with the front hand, catch with the back hand, King Dancer, Natarajasana. Last breath here. Step back, high lunge. And release, make your way to down dog, however you get there. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge, arms up. Warrior three. Rise up to standing. Bring your knee to your chest. Can stay here or grab the big toe. Extending any amount. So it's not better to go further, it's better to be honest with where your edge is and play at that edge really subtly. Open the leg out to the right, just at a slight angle. Bring your leg back to the front, opposite hand to the outside of the knee or the outside of the foot. Roll open. Release with the front hand. Catch with the back hand, King Dancer. Last breath here. Step back. High lunge and release. Make your way to a good rest. Let all of that go. Let's come up to tabletop and get set up for thread the needle. So from hands and knees, left arm reaches high. Curl from fingertips down until you come onto your shoulder and side of your head. And then the right hand can push into the floor or push into your bottom forearm or come up or tuck behind your back. Lots of options here. Unwind, release, back to neutral. Take a few rolls through your spine. Come to neutral, right arm lifts up. Curl from fingertips down, thread it through. Unwind, take a few rolls through your spine. Let's come back through down dog. And into Dying Warriors. We're going to take this twist a bit deeper. Right leg will thread out to the left, so you come onto your outer hips. You can go ahead and tip onto it. Have the right leg parallel to the front of the mat. Now left toes are tucked under if you can, as if you're trying to square your hips, dropping that left hip down. Of course they're not going to square, but we're going in that direction. If it's too much on the back toes, go ahead and flatten them out. And then square off your chest as much as you can. So that could be on your hands, on your elbows. If you want to take this a bit deeper, you can add the arms from the last pose. It's a really deep twist. Left arm will slide out to the right. Right hand can push into the floor. So it might be difficult to get a full breath in. How much can you take in? Can you still have a really complete exhale? Last breath here. Now really feel as you come out of it. There can be this lovely flush of heat and energy as blood flows back through the shoulders and the hips, like unkinking a garden hose and letting it flush back out again. Same thing other side. Left leg threads out to the right. Come all the way onto the outer hip. Leg parallel to the front. Back toes tucked under, rolling that right hip down. And then find the upper body and take your time. You might be unwinding from the first side a little bit. If you did try that deeper position, right arm can go out to the left. Last breath here. Slowly unwind. Feel that flush of blood. Moving around in any way. Evening out the two sides. Vinyasa can be a great way to bring a little balance again. And then let's come out to a high push-up and lower all the way onto the belly. So we'll do some back strengthening here. Start with a rest. And the rests are as important as the effort, that letting go, finding ease as the baseline again. And then extend your arms forward. Extend the legs back, see if you can get a little longer on your mat. And we're going to lift arms and legs up. Now, lifting is a direction. There's nowhere to get except where you get. So it might be just a tiny ½ inch off the floor. You might go higher. More than high, go long. Feel top of the head and tailbone reaching away from one another. Fingers and toes reaching away from one another, but shoulders are dropped. Release. Head to the other side. Let go. Sometimes it is a little easier to let go after the effort, so enjoy that. Let's come back to neutral, arms forward, legs back. This time bring your legs together. A lot of us have weak inner legs, so if you hate this, it's probably really good medicine. So big toes touching, inner legs touching, or as close together as you can. Reach out to come up. Squeezing those inner legs together, strengthening the inner line, strengthening core. Let's open arms out to the side. Maybe chest comes a little higher. Take arms behind the back, interlace fingers, reach back through the knuckles, forward through the top of the head so back of the neck is long, legs are still squeezing together. Release arms back out to the sides, back to the front, even with the ears, and then let that go. Let's take bow. We're going to bend the knees and reach for the outsides of the feet. If this feels sensitive on your bones of any kind, go ahead and pad your hips. And if this does not work for your knees, don't do it. So try and keep the legs hip width apart. They may want to go wide. That's a strategy to avoid what's tight. So go ahead and kick your legs back. Let the strength of your legs lift your chest. If the legs are going wide, draw them in. Strengthen that inner line. Release. Come down, rest. If you want to take one more of those, take one more. If you'd rather stay resting, stay resting. If you want to take a different belly down back bend, you are welcome. There's lots of them, gentle and deep. And then release. Let's take a little windshield wiper side to side with the shins. And then make your way back to child's pose. Feel the lower back spreading, releasing here. And we'll come up. And make your way to sitting. So you can do that in whatever way you like. You want to take a vinyasa, you want to move around a little bit. You want to just sit. Extend the heels forward, flesh of the sit bones back. Feel free to sit up on something if that's useful. And then begin your fold using your hands to support you. So that could be on the feet, could be something around the feet, could be on the floor. You're going towards length and towards folding. And again, what you're doing shouldn't look like what I'm doing. It should look like what you're doing. I think sometimes there's a confusion about what we're doing here, and that it is about creating shapes. And it's good if you create the shape and not so good if you don't create the shape. So there's no shape to create. Each pose is a series of directions you're going in so that you meet your edge where it is. If you consistently go towards what's tight, there is a really good chance it will become less tight. But those results are often very slow, subtle, and not guaranteed. Because we all have different bodies, there are different factors at play. So rather than the goal being to get somewhere or do something, have the goal be acceptance, ease, and freedom in the experience you're having. And that's, of course, easy when we like the experience we're having, when it looks good, feels good, was what we were expecting or wanting. And it's harder in those poses or situations where what's happening would not be our first choice. Let's release, come up. Bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. So you can grab your toes, your ankles, lengthen and fold. So you might be saying to yourself, oh yeah, Shauna, that's easy for you to say. You're so flexible. And it's true, I'm so flexible. I was born this way. I didn't have to work on it too hard. So I don't meet my edges so much here, but this same thing we can apply everywhere in our lives. I have 3 boys, so I meet my edge daily. Don't you worry. So in whatever pose or situation, we're gonna all do our best, given what we understand and are capable of doing, and then it's gonna be how it is. Sometimes comfortable, sometimes uncomfortable. So I notice when I resist what's actually happening, I suffer, sometimes a lot. So these poses are an embodied way of noticing when resistance is coming up. I wish it felt different. I wish it looked different. It should be different in any way. And then can I instead acknowledge it is like this? First of all, whether I like it or not, it is. And can I let go of needing it to be different? How do I do that? For me, a tangible way is, can I relax my face and take a deep breath? It feels a lot like relaxation, so it can be a fake it till you make it sort of shortcut to ease. Let's come up, keep the right leg where it is, open the left leg out to the side. Right arm up and over, you can lean onto your hand or elbow, big yawning reach out. And then let your head fall towards the floor. Take the top arm out and down until your shoulder pulls down, stretching right side of the neck. Keep your head hanging and relaxed. And then push into the bottom hand to come up. Use that hand to help you lift your head. Switch the legs. Left arm up and over. Big reach out. Let your head fall towards the floor, left arm out and down until your shoulder pulls down, stretching left side of the neck. Press into the bottom hand to come up. Use that hand to lift your head. Open both legs out, Upavishta Konasana, wide angle pose. So try and have your feet and knees pointing straight up. You can sit up on something, you can use your hands on the floor behind you, in front of you. Look for your edge. And there is a part of our brains that are probably trained to raise a red flag of warning when we're uncomfortable. It's part of what kept us alive as a species. So we are retraining, just like you would train an animal with constant, consistent redirection. So as I approach my edge, as I enter something that's uncomfortable, can I calm down? First of all, slow down. Take a deep breath. And this is a safe place to do this practice, because if you're going towards something that's uncomfortable and you really can't take a deep breath, you really can't handle it, come out of it, back out, bend your knees, grab a block, leave. So we can moderate our progress. We can moderate the challenge that we are able to integrate and let go into on our own timing. Life doesn't always give us those options of opting out, so this is a good place to practice surrender so that we have it when we need it. It's like leaving yourself breadcrumbs for when it really matters. If you head folded forward, come back up. Let's lean back, draw the legs in, shake that out. Come back onto your back. Bring your knees in. Take a circle or rock. And then we'll take a few back bends. Let's start with bridge. Drop your feet to the floor. Hip width apart, parallel. Press your feet down. Lift your hips high. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Shrug your shoulders underneath you. So this is just like bow, what we did earlier, but different relationship to the floor, different relationship to gravity. How does it feel similar? How does it feel different? Take your arms out of your way. Roll down, rest. Feel that ease after the effort, that nice letting go. So rest here until you feel like coming up again. If you feel like coming up again, you can do bridge, what we just did, or half wheel, or full wheel, or any other back bend you know or want to try. Just listening for the rightness of it. And stay as long or short as you like. So it could be just 1 or 2 breaths. Could be a long hold. Each time the pose feels complete, come down and rest. Rest until you feel like coming up again. If you don't feel like coming up again, you're done. You can move on to a counter stretch. I'll suggest happy baby, but you can do whatever feels right for you. Could be a twist or another kind of forward fold or something else. We are moving towards the end of class. This is a great time to check in with yourself. What do I need? What do I want? Is there a body part that needs a little attention? Is there a pose you like to do we haven't gotten to? Would you like to do an inversion? Please, whatever you're choosing, have it be something that's right for you in this moment. Don't hurt yourself. While you're still working on your active practice, keep your breath deep. Keep feeling what you're doing. Giving each thing the time it needs. There's no rush. Each time you finish something, just ask again, what now? What would feel good next? What would be a good closing? And when nothing else is needed, start getting comfortable in your final resting pose, Shavasana. Feel free to put on extra layers or adjust your clothing in any way or grab props. Eventually settling into your final rest. You might take a couple of extra deep exhales or a sigh. And then let your breath be natural without any effort. And then release. Let's wiggle fingers and toes, move your wrists and ankles, take a big yawning stretch out. Bring your knees in. Roll to one side. And then use your hands to help you up to sitting. Bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. Thanks for your support in any way that you're able to do that. I really appreciate it.